This video is for all you stupid fucking trolls and haters online, saying mean and hurtful things about fedoras. Well, guess what? They rule harder than you, dipshits. You don't fucking know anything about this hat, idiots. Quite frankly, I just think you're jealous-ass haters, because you couldn't even pull off this look. If you couldn't even wear a fedora if your life's dependent on it, because you know what? It's class, and class is for men and swag is for boys. But you wouldn't know shit about that, fucking haters. This hat is for what cool people wear, and you can't figure it out. You sit there online on your fucking websites and you say bullshit about it, but guess what? It's just a hat, and you're not even cool enough to wear it. So next time you think before you do trolling. I'd implore you to do a little bit of thinking, if that's even possible for you, to think before you do fucking hating on fedoras. They're just a hat.
Hey, Franks, it's Monday, March 11th, 2019. Coming up on the program today, the crackling, wheezy sounds of emphysema. Plus, are you breed ready? And if a trans man and a trans woman are in a porn scene together, does that equal negative traininess and make it a straight porn? Let's do the math today on DV!
Boy pussy, boy pussy, boy pussy, boy pussy.
Are you on the internet? Isn't that for techno geeks with spreadsheets?
Do, re, mi, la, fa, sol, la, ma, ti, da, bo.
Well, I'd rather have sex with a dildo than your cock anyway.
It's the Distorted View Show with Tim Henson.
All right, yes, we are back doing it up the rear end. I don't know how to start a show anymore. I really think I'm stroking out. Ever since I had this heart issue where I almost died, I'm really kind of revising history. Left unchecked, I would have died. My heart was beating at 200, beats a minute. That can't go on for a long time, right? And so, yeah, I could have died. I was close to death. I was knocking on heaven's door. Or hell. Let's face it. We know where I'm going. So, anytime now that I don't feel well, or there's any sort of discomfort, I immediately think, oh, I'm dying. I'm going to have a heart attack or a stroke. So, lately, when I've been, last couple days, I'd say since this weekend, my head has been very stuffy, and my eye has been twitching. And then I told you guys on the Sideshow exclusive program, I was telling you, oh my God, my eye itches. I thought I got pink eye from an arcade because I don't practice basic hygiene. I'm an idiot. I don't even think about it. I'm touching all these disgusting stuff like kids are joysticks and buttons, and then I'm rubbing my eye. Anyway, so I've been having lots of problems this weekend, and I have been under the assumption that, I'm getting ready to stroke out. So my head has just been so, I can't even describe it. It's fuzzy and full. There's pressure, and I'm just thinking blood is not getting to my brain, probably. So finally today I told Lord Douche, you better start preparing for my funeral. Something horrible is wrong with me. And he's like, it's your allergies, idiot. You've been sniffling. You were rubbing your eyes because they were itchy. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I did get a thing on my phone about it being a high pollen count today. I'm just so very dumb. I didn't even think of allergies. But in my defense, it's fucking March. I never have allergy issues in March. It's this fucking Cincinnati. The weather is so goddamn weird here. And climate change isn't helping. Still, when I saw the alert about high pollen, I should have put two and two together. Allergies, I really didn't even think of that. Maybe I won't die quite yet. All right, I do have a great show for you. Hey, speaking of climate change deniers, recently on the show, I told you guys that I don't like Tucker Carlson. And it's not so much about his politics. I don't like him. I don't like his whole persona, his looks. Everything kind of annoys me about him. So that makes it extra difficult for me today to come to his defense. As much as I don't want to do this, Media Matters, which I think is some sort of left-wing organization that tries to get conservatives, right? Tries to catch these right-wing people doing or saying inappropriate things. Well, they have a whole compilation of Tucker Carlson saying whacked-out shit. Now, in his defense, he was on a Shock Jocks radio show, Bubba the Love Sponge. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Got a retarded name, but okay, whatever. It's his gimmick. I have no idea why a news guy is going on a show called Bubba the Love Sponge. You know, in some ways, Tucker Carlson deserves what he gets here. Let's hear what he has to say. I think the first few clips are about rape, child rape.
Well, actually, he's not in prison for that. Warren Jeffs didn't marry underage girls.
No, he's in prison for facilitation of child rape.
Whatever the hell that means.
That means
he's in prison. He's in prison because he's weird and unpopular, and he has a different lifestyle that other people find creepy.
No.
He's in jail because people don't understand him. There's a big difference between being weird and facilitating child rape. That's like introducing the child to the pedophile. I think that's what facilitating means. It means playing matchmaker. You know, it isn't child rape. Tucker's right there. There is a difference, but it's still wrong and illegal, right?
He's an accessory to the rape of children. That is a felony, and a serious one at that.
What do you mean an accessory? He's, like, got some weird...
Like, does Tucker just play dummy? Like, what do you mean an accessory? It means he had something to do with it.
Religious cult where he thinks it's okay to, marry underage girls, but he didn't do it. Why wouldn't the guy who actually did it, who had sex with an underage girl, he should be the one who's doing life? The rapist in this case has made a lifelong commitment to live and take care of the person. So it is a little different. I mean, let's just be honest about it.
It's a loving rape. Oh my God! Why am I thought I was supposed to be defending Tucker Carlson here, but it's very hard. The rapist in this case has made a lifelong commitment to live and take care of the person. So let's cut him some slack here. That's Tucker's argument. I don't know, maybe he has a point. Rapists that are mean, that beat their victims and keep them in cages and stuff, maybe should be sentenced more harshly than rapists who buy their victims toys, lets them share a bed. I get that, I think. Maybe I am agreeing with Tucker here.
It's a little different. I mean, let's just be honest about it. He's not accused of touching anybody. He is accused of facilitating a marriage between a 16-year-old girl and a 27-year-old man. That's the accusation. That's what they're calling felony rape.
But in our state,
that's bullshit.
It's a little weird that you're defending child predators so hard here. Also, Tucker's dumb. Also, for the billionth time, it's not felony rape, Tucker. It's accessory. Let's move on from the rape stuff and get into the other problems that Media Matters has with Tucker Carlson when he appeared on Bubba the Love Sponge.
You know what? In my brief experience, what gets women going is arguing with them.
Really?
Yeah.
Brad, I never use that.
It's true. You debate politics with a woman and just go, just full-blown out there, especially feminism. If you're talking to a feminist and she's giving you, men really need to be more sensitive, and this, actually, men don't need to be more sensitive. You just need to be quiet and kind of do what you're told.
I should say, for the record, Tucker Carlson has responded saying that he will not apologize for anything he said on Bubba the Love Sponge. Now, in this case, I'm going to try to defend him, believe it or not. I don't think he's saying, like, women just need to shut up and know their place. He's talking about arguing with women. So if you're arguing with a feminist who's saying shit like, I don't need no man, they need to just be more sensitive, and then you reply, well, like, no, you need to know your place. You're just arguing, taking the opposite stance, I guess. Trying to help you out there, Tucker.
Alexis Stewart, we run into her all the time.
Alexis Stewart is Martha Stewart's daughter, in case you were wondering.
They love it.
Alexis Stewart, we run into her all the time.
She seems
Cunt.
awful.
Yeah, she is awful.
They're very cunty.
She seems extremely
I like
cunty.
to hear that word out of, I stepped over him. She seems, what? Now go ahead.
She just does seem a little cunty. Yeah. I mean, you said it. I'm just agreeing with you.
The two hosts said it first.
I don't use that word because
Right. I'd love for Tucker Carlson tonight on MSNBC, a girl that comes across kind of cunty.
Also, this was from 2006, back when we were allowed to call women cunts. He does have a lot of opinions on women.
Well, I love women, but they're extremely primitive. They're basic. They're not that hard to understand. I feel sorry for unattractive women. I mean, there's nothing they did, Anybody who answers my trophy wife is my favorite possession is my hero. I don't give a shit. I'm voting for the guy.
That's our Tucker. All right, so there you go. That's what Tucker Carlson is in trouble for. So far, it seems like he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I'm not releasing any statement. You can hear what I have to say on my show. Media Matters, for the record, is also saying, like, well, you know what? We got more audio we're going to release tomorrow. So suck on that, fucker Carlson. All right, let's move on to some porn. This is, pretty straightforward. Dick and pussy porn. Nothing fancy or too weird.
Hi.
Hello.
That's James.
Hi, I'm James Starling. Hi, James. And I'm here with Daily J.
That's me.
All right, we got a guy. Okay, the guy sounds a little gay, but, he's with a girl.
Hey, we're gonna make porn happen.
Why? Why are you gonna do that?
Because we're perverts.
Good reason.
And I'm a girl with a penis.
What?
And he is a very, very cute boy with a vagina.
What? Yes! This is double tranny porn. My mind is blown. We've got a female-born man and a male-born female. Man with a pussy, woman with a dick. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
And you've never hooked up with a guy with a vagina?
No, I've never, ever been with a trans guy. This is just how God intended.
Are you excited?
God works in mysterious ways, apparently.
I'm excited.
Funny how fate brought us together like this.
I'm super stoked.
Yeah. I am surprisingly shocked.
I didn't think that she, a lot of times I can tell when we're dealing with a trans person. I just thought he was kind of like a gay dude, and I thought she was a woman, man.
Because I don't do scenes with guys very often, but I'm super duper duper excited.
I'd love to get Tucker Carlson's opinion. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of great sex audio. Maybe that's a good thing. But here she is. This is the woman who was a man who still has a dick fucking the woman who... No, wait. The man... Wait. The man who was... Wait, the man... I can't... Hold on. I've really... All right. She has a dick, so she used to be... She was born a man. Then we got the woman getting fucked. So this is right? Like, could a straight person get off to this? She's got tits. She just has a dick. So she's a man. She's a man fucking a woman who kind of looks like a guy now and has a pussy.
Fucking pussy feels so good.
She's talking about his pussy. I'm so confused. I thought I understood what was going on. It's just, when you actually see it happening, your mind thinks one thing is happening and it's something else. This video, by the way, is online, all over the place. Maybe I'll post it in the Discord, and some of you guys can watch it and let me know if it turns you on. Because it is, straight guys get off to dick and pussy action, and that's what's happening here. There's a dick and a pussy. It's all just kind of jumbled up. I like it better when there's only one trans person involved. It's all much tidier that way. All right, I'd like to introduce you all to James Allred. James is a 9,000-year-old YouTuber. He looks 9,000. He's probably about 26. Why does he look so old? Because he's a heavy smoker. And he's proud of it. He loves smoking. He doesn't care the damage it's doing. As a matter of fact, the description in this video is, this is the sound of lung damage from heavy smoking. My lungs now do this once or twice a day, sometimes more, up to 20 minutes. I now smoke close to 2 packs a day. In some of the videos, he smokes multiple cigarettes at once. He needs more nicotine than a single cigarette can provide at one time. This is what his YouTube channel pretty much contains. He's smoking 3 cigarettes right now, by the way. In other videos, he's smoking as many as 12 Marlboro 100s. If you want to see what this guy looks like, there he goes again. I will make him today's featured image over there, distortedview.com and superfreaksideshow.com. Other video titles include Sounds Like Lungs. I'm sorry. Sounds Like Lung Damage, Cigarette Smoking Filth, Lung Wrecking, and Happy Lungs. Here he is smoking a few. Trying to breathe. He looks like Charles Manson if Charles Manson had emphysema. Oh, he also whispers into the camera occasionally. I don't know if you could hear that. He says, I love smoking. Yeah, we know. Listen to this. That's the sound of someone who loves smoking. This is definitely a lifestyle or fetish because the people watching these videos, and they all get about 2,000 views. A lot of people will leave comments like, you're doing so good, James. You have to have emphysema by now. Keep it up, baby. Keep puffing that smoke into your wheezing, rotting lungs. I think it's beautiful what you're doing. Beautiful. There's a whole community here that I'm not aware of. We really should do some investigating. I'm a big fan of your sexy smoker's cough. You've got really pretty hands and nails. Such a turn. I mean, they're all yellow. Gross. There's nothing sexy about him. John Smith begs to differ. Is this your morning cough, or are you coughing like this all day? My lungs sound awesome when I wake up, and I cough up that tar from the day before. Another comment here. I love your lung sounds. It sounds so damaged and tarred up. Tarred. I also enjoy seeing you breathless. Keep pumping them full of smoke. So good. Taste the pleasure. All right, real quick, before we get into the news, I can't remember if we played this or not. We've got another crazy lady at a city council meeting. This is the city of Davenport, which is in Iowa, right? This was posted a while ago, but I don't think we've ever played this. I could be wrong. I feel like just recently we played a crazy woman. I hope this is not the same thing, but if it is, I apologize. Still, it's pretty great. Here is, what's her name? Lisa Ann something.
Hello. My name is Lisa Ann Whitmer Wagman. Mm-hmm. I just moved here because I'm getting a divorce, and it's not final till September 18th. My husband will not give me any money. Not one penny.
That explains why she's living in Davenport.
The lawyer won't help me. My husband won't help me. My dad, Marlon Lee Whitmer, he's a minister, won't help me.
Again, this is a city council meeting. They're talking about infrastructure costs or something.
My stepmother won't help me. My mother passed away 7 years ago.
Well, she's not going to help you.
And my dad and Annie Hockhausen, they wrote at Vera French that they both are my parents. Annie is my stepmom.
We're going to go through a whole family tree situation here.
I'm not quite sure why I'm here or what I'm doing, but there's a reason.
She's lost.
My lawyer is Justin Title. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Well, quite frankly, lady, that sounds like a made-up name. My name is Justin Case.
I'm moving down to Texas soon to help the...
Why isn't anyone interrupting, saying, ma'am, this is not the correct venue? Even the other people in the audience watching the city council meeting are just nodding off.
Children in Texas. I'm a very loving parent. Very, very, very loving parent. I have a 20-year-old daughter. She's going to college at St. Ambrose this fall. She's in Muscatine College right now. Her name's Brianna Elizabeth. And she is not helping me because she's 20. She's scared. She doesn't want her parents to separate or divorce.
Ma'am, we're discussing the rezoning for the Portillos. Do you have any comments on that?
For what?
We're discussing the rezoning on 53rd for...
Well, I live on 63rd.
Yeah, nowhere near it.
Again, we're here to hear comments about the rezoning.
Well, I don't like Facebook, and I don't like the internet because I can't find a job.
Yeah, Facebook and Google stole all the jobs. Don't get me started on the robots.
The library blocked my password. Now tell me, does that make any sense to you?
You know how the library is. Always meddling in your business, changing your passwords without telling you. I've dealt with people like this many times. They can't understand why their password is not what they thought it was. Someone must have changed it. Hackers, maybe? Someone got in there? And you're like, are you sure it can't be any other password, right? You never changed it? Never asked you to change it, maybe? Think about what it could possibly be. No. I remember my password. I wrote it down in my notebook. All my passwords are Sycamore 123 $. That's the street I lived on when I was a kid. I know my password. Something is wrong. Are you sure it can't be anything else? Nope. I don't have any other passwords. Okay, I was just wondering, because I'm on your desktop here, and I see there's a text file, and when I open it, the text file reads, new password, Toodles 2000 %. Toodles was my cat! Yeah, that's the password, Toodle, that's what it is, I forgot. Good fucking grief, the library changing her password.
Like the internet, because I can't find a job. The library blocked my password. Now tell me, does that make any sense to you?
Ma'am, we're not here to discuss your personal life. I'm sorry. Do you have any comments about the rezoning?
No, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right.
Next.
She just needed to vent. My favorite part is when she says, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what I'm doing. Understatement of the year. All right, in with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre, twisted, fucked up news right now. Not a member of the Distorted View Sideshow? Shame on you. What are you waiting for? Sign up, become a true and honorable freak today. When you do, you will get full access to the entire archive of programs. Every single show since December 2004. Thousands of shows in the archives. More importantly, every week we do exclusive shows just for Sideshow members. Yesterday, we did an exclusive program on the weekend. I was making up for a show we missed earlier in the week. Yeah, I'm going to blame you for this one. You had nothing to do with it. Tomorrow we'll be doing an exclusive show, and again on Thursday, so it's a great time to sign up. Memberships are very inexpensive, only $6.99 a month, even less when you opt for a quarterly, semi-annual, yearly, or lifetime membership, all major credit cards, and PayPal accepted. Check it out, superfreaksideshow.com. All right, 3 very quick stories, then we'll get the hell out of here. First up, parents at a private school in Westchester County, New York, are up in arms after a social studies teacher reportedly held a mock slave auction. Yeah, this is an obvious one. You know, it's important to teach kids all of U.S. history, even the parts where some of us don't come off looking so good. It's usually the whites. We've done a lot of good, noteworthy things, but we also fuck up a lot. And then there's that saying about, people who don't learn from their mistakes are bound to repeat them again, and yada, yada, yada. So it's good to teach these kids all about the horrific aspects of our history. That being said, you don't turn it into a game. Although, that's how kids retain information. Nothing is more boring than just reading out of a textbook or having a teacher lecture you. Kids will remember the slave trade if they're a part of it. Slave trade LARPing. This teacher is thinking outside the book. The teacher reportedly held a mock slave auction in which white students were asked to buy their black classmates. Oh, she actually made the black students the slaves? Really going for authenticity there, huh? That's a problem. You know why? Because then, during recess and stuff, the white kids are going to be laughing like, ah, ha, ha, you're my slave. Ha, ha, I bought you. The incident, which is now being investigated by officials at the Chapel School in Bronxville, was said to have occurred on Tuesday in the 5th grade history class of Rebecca Antonazzi. Vernix Harding said that her son, who is black and attends the school, was left traumatized by the controversial lesson on slavery. Traumatized? Imagine actually being a slave. This was just third period play pretend. Harding said that her child was one of 3 African-American students who were picked. There were only 3 black kids in the classroom, who were picked by the teacher, who is white, to play the role of slaves. I feel like there would be similar outrage if the teacher picked white students to be slaves. Like, all the best parts are always going to whites. You can't win. The Academy Awards went through the same thing. All right, so Harding said her child was one of 3 black students who were picked by Antonazzi, who is white, to play the role of slaves. The mother said her son later told her how he and the other students were let out into the hallway where the teacher pretended to place imaginary chains on their necks and wrists and shackles on their ankles. Like, why was that part of it? They had to go out in the hallway, have imaginary things put on them, and then they were brought back into the classroom. The blacks. What? The blacks, 5th graders. Maybe black. It was supposed to be black. They added an extra S, which makes it kind of more racist. The blacks, 5th graders, were then brought back into the classroom where their white classmates were urged to bid on them as part of the mock auction. In an email sent Tuesday night to parents, Chapel School Principal Michael Schultz described Antonazzi's lesson as racially insensitive and hurtful. The teacher has been removed from the classroom pending the outcome of an internal investigation. Administrators at the school on Thursday held emergency meetings with parents to address the slavery lesson. New York Attorney General Letitia James also weighed in on the incident, calling reports of the racist lesson deeply troubling. According to her profile on the Chapel School's website, Antonazzi has taught the social studies class at grades 3 to 5 for the past 4 years. By the way, the Chapel School system, I guess, it's a private school. Tuition ranges from $5,000 to $13,900 a year. That's right, black parents. You are paying $10,000 a year for your kid to be treated like a slave. Leave it to white people. You get to pay them to be a slave. As if slavery could get any worse, right? All right, second story we have for you today. A woman has suffered a life-threatening allergic reaction to penicillin after performing oral sex on her partner. Doctors in Spain who treated the 31-year-old have now urged anyone with drug allergies to be aware of the potential risk of cum. On the flip side, if you're in desperate need of antibiotics, try sucking dick. It could save your life. Guys, you might want to try this angle. Go after women who don't have health insurance. Tell them that you're loaded up with penicillin, and you would like to load them up with some penis in ya. The unidentified woman, see, that's why this story sounds fishy. On one hand, you're like, of course, she doesn't want her identity to be known, but it's easy to fake stories when you don't have actual names. The unidentified woman swallowed her lover's semen and afterwards began to vomit. Oh, that happens a lot. We call it cock gagging, and we play a lot of audio of that here on the show.
I swallow.
It's okay?
Yeah, it's okay, but...
Oh, here's some Asian cock gagging. Poor girl can't catch her breath. That's right, honey. Take your medicine. In addition to vomiting, she struggled to breathe and she broke out in hives. The patient from Alcante, in Spain, went to the hospital with suspected anaphylactic shock. It's unclear how long after her sexual encounter she sought help. She revealed that she had an allergy to penicillin, but denied having taken the drug or any unusual food. before performing fellatio. Doctors ruled out a rare semen allergy when the woman... Oh, yeah, I told you about the guy Joey dated. He had a semen allergy. His skin would burn when semen touched his skin. So, well, not burn. It would like turn into a red mark, right? Red rash. So Joey would told me that he would spell things out in his semen and leave a mark. Joe was here. Doctors ruled out a rare semen allergy when the woman admitted that she never suffered any symptoms in her previous sexual encounters. Medics then discovered her 32-year-old partner had taken penicillin to treat an ear infection. Ear infection. As a result, the doctors at Hospital General University suspected her anaphylaxis was caused by seminal transfer of amoxicillin. The case, believed to be the first of its kind ever recorded, was published in the British Medical Journal Case Reports. The man in this case, who also was not identified, took the medication 4 hours before having any sexual contact with the woman. Yeah, but you're supposed to be on that thing, like on penicillin for like a month, like 30 days, right? So even if he took it just 4 hours before, there's probably tons of penicillin or amoxicillin or whatever in his body from previous days, right? The woman was given a dose of adrenaline, steroids, and salbutamol to combat her reaction and open up her airways. Her shortness of breath was completely resolved after about 6 hours. She fully recovered a week later. Always ask your partner what he's ingested in the past 8 hours before you start sucking dick. If you're lucky, he loaded up on Xanax or Klonopin or something. You might get a nice mellow buzz after blowing him. Final story we have for you today. A Dutch security researcher has stumbled on a mysterious online Chinese database. I'm sorry, that was supposed to be my Chinese music. Instead, that's a sound file that Cheryl Murkowski sent me after eating a bad batch of Chinese food. That sound file is labeled Chinese Waterfall. Distorted View regrets the error. There we go. There's my Chinese music. So yeah, there's this weird, mysterious Chinese database that was found online, which lists private details for 1.8 million women, including their, quote, breed-ready status. Dutch security expert Victor Gevers or something of the nonprofit GDI Foundation stumbled on the database while searching for insecure online databases in China. He said that the database has now gone offline and disappeared for at least 10 hours now. The database lists information such as phone numbers, addresses, and ages for women of various ages, many of whom seem to be living in Beijing. The breed-ready status seems to relate to a woman's fertility. The researcher said the youngest girl in the database is 15 years old. The youngest woman with breed-ready set to 1 is 18 years old. So breed-ready, if it's a 0, that means false. No, they're not ready to breed. But a 1 is a yes. The average age is a bit above 32 years old, and the most aged woman with a breed-ready status of 1 is 39. The oldest woman with a breed-ready status of 0 is 95. All are single, 89%, divorced, 10%, or widowed, 1%. Mr. Gevers tweeted, in China, they have a shortage of women. So an organization started to build a database to start registering over 1.8 million women with all kinds of details like phone numbers, addresses, education, marital status, and breed-ready status. It's not clear whether the database is from a dating app, a government organization, or a private company. It's China. Of course, it's going to be the government. It's got to have something to do with it, right? There you go. That, my friends, is your Distorted News for Monday. Let's do a couple voicemails and get the hell out of here. Love to hear from you freaks. So many ways to contact the show. 206-666-4463. That's our voicemail line. We also have a special line for patrons. You pledge like $5, you get a special voicemail line. I'll play your calls first. Got a couple of those to play. Don't forget our Discord. There are 1,000 freaks in our Discord chatting, sharing stuff, going bonkers, crazy in there. Check it out. There is a link over there at DistortedView.com. You can join all the fun. And, of course, we're all over social media at DistortedView on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.com/DistortedView Show, yada, 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 yada.
Hey, Tim. It's Human Garbage.
Hey-o.
What you doing?
Not much.
I'm calling about the Sunday show. I guess you call it a test of patience. I call it like one of the most cringe things I've ever heard in my life. The whistling from the old people.
Oh, yeah. It was a choir of old people. They didn't sing, though. They whistled. Almost as bad as the kazoo covers I played a while ago.
I feel like, I know you don't do this on purpose, but you should take credit anyway, because I feel like what you'll do sometimes is you'll start playing a clip, and I think I know where it's going, and then it switches around. So I thought you were playing that clip because at some point the old people start losing their lung power, and a combination of being old, emphysema, asthma.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a cough.
Well,
not one day.
Hey, if you're a fan of emphysema and coughing, you must have really enjoyed today's episode of Distorted View Daily. I got you covered, baby.
Hey, it's me, Boo. What's up, Lady Cat Lady?
Hey.
I'm listening to the Friday show where you have two stories from Florida.
Yeah.
Real
Happens
quick, this isn't
occasionally.
what I wanted to talk about, but the other day I had to explain to my friends who Florida Man was. They're like, oh, we've never heard of Florida Man. I don't understand.
Really?
It's like, oh, you're 18. Come on. You should be up
Deal with the program,
memes.
yeah.
But whatever.
Florida
Anyway,
Man?
it's a story about the woman who totally did not stab her boyfriend over him looking at his friend's picture of the girl that he wanted to date.
Right.
And so, like, when they get to the hospital or whatever, she's like, no, I didn't stab him, I swear. And the guy's like, no, she didn't stab me. And it reminds me of something from Chicago, the musical, which is based on a true story.
I've never seen that fucking thing.
You know that? I didn't know that, but it is.
Well,
Wait.
Chicago is also a city. Did you know that?
But the lyric is, and then he ran into my knife. He ran into my knife 10 times.
Well,
and I believe
it happens.
that would definitely work for
This story?
the cops.
Yeah.
Like,
If I was a bigger fan of musicals, I would have known that, and I could have played
says
that
and the
that
guy's
clip.
like, yep. I kept trying to run, and I kept running into the knife. It's my fault, officer. I'm so sorry.
Like women who walk into doorknobs and stuff, right? All right, one more voicemail. Thank you, lovely lady.
Hey, Chris Lover. Well, the problem is, I'm not sure if I can listen to your podcast anymore. First, I love you. Stroker Boy was a revelation to my masturbation life. On the other hand, the way you botched Hallelujah.
What?
That was
I did not
terrible.
botch Hallelujah. All right, that is a masterpiece.
One of my favorite songs. You just fucked it.
Hallelujah.
So, we'll see how the
Hallelujah.
next episode pans out, but
Hallelujah.
remember, maybe I even
Hallelujah.
It's so expensive. And then like a student discount.
What?
That would be awesome.
Student discount?
See you later, Timbu.
All right, well, thank you. That's not going to happen. Thank you for all the voicemails. Keep them coming, even the bad ones, like that one. That is all the time we have on this edition of the show. Why don't you guys email me, show@distortedview.com. Distortedview.com is our official website. Voicemail line for you, 206-666-4463. That's 206-660-God is it. Oh, God.
I'm not quite sure why I'm here or what I'm doing.
Spread the distortion. STD. Tell all your friends about the podcast. Don't forget to rate us and review us on iTunes. Remember, tomorrow's show will be Sideshow exclusive. If you want to hear it, you got to sign up. Go to superfreaksideshow.com right now. Otherwise, I will see you back on Wednesday. Until then, have a great day. Bye, everybody. Somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold
la ja, hala la jula, hala jula, hala jula, hala la lulu ja, hula la hila, hala hula ja.